Good morning and welcome to the class of BIAF1015, a business economics course. The topic for today's discussion is economic systems. This is the fourth lecture of this course. I hope you all are able to record the first three lectures. The first lecture was on scarcity and choice, wherein we learned that why the resources are scarce and that is why we are supposed to make a choice. And then in the second lecture, we discussed about how to produce, what to produce, and for whom to produce. The third lecture was about opportunity cost. That is, we will have to make a choice amongst the available alternatives for better utilization of scarce resources. These all concepts are required for this lecture. So in case you want to take a relay, please revisit the lectures we had already done in the class. The objectives for today's class are that after completing this session, you shall be able to describe three most commonly known types of economic systems, and you shall be able to understand the and analyze the implication of different types of economic systems. I'm going to start this class with a question. A single-day economics class is being offered at SFC for all undergraduate students. This class is taught by a Nobel Prize winner in economics, and attending this class will virtually guarantee your admission to any college of your choice. There are only 12 seats available, and anyone who takes uh, business economics at SFC is invited. What are five different ways that we decide who gets the seat in this class? Think about it, any five ways. Right away, I can think of the people who have the highest GPA, who major in economics and a random lottery. But there are lots of other ways to decide this question. For example, SFC can decide who goes, the first 12 people to volunteer, maybe all the seats to the highest bidder, or maybe I, Dr. Sinha, gets to decide who goes. Each of these five ways to determine who get to go this class has different criteria by which the decision is made. In allowing students with the 12 highest GPAs, we are allowing competition to decide for us. By allowing me to decide who goes, one person holds the power to decide for everyone involved. Even deciding by random lottery adds an element of chance or luck. This brings me to today's topic, which are economic systems. An economic system is a mechanism used by a society to determine how to allocate these scarce resources. These various economic systems have to answer the three essential economic questions of what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. And it will answer these essential economic questions based on social values and goals. In other words, what the society wants and what it is looking to achieve. Today, we are going to take a quick look at three most common economic systems around the world. There are free markets, also known as the market economy, the centrally planned economy, also known as the command economy, and the mixed economy, also known as the Keynesian economy. Let's start with the free market advocated by the economist Adam Smith. The free market economy operates on its own through competition and consumer purchasing without government interference. This is a concept known as laissez-faire economics. Here is how it works. Firms produce goods and services that consumer want the most. Consumer will buy these products in order to maximize their own utility, but at the same time, firms must produce quality goods to compete for profits and survive in the marketplace. Everyone operates to serve their own self-interest, and by doing so, they meet the needs of the societies are met through market interaction. This is what is known as indivisible hand. No, not this invisible hand, not that invisible hand either. We are talking about this invisible hand. The invisible hand are the natural market forces that allow market to control itself. If something goes wrong, the invisible hand fixes it and put the market back on track. The key to free market economy is no government interference. It's consumers and firms interacting freely and maximizing their incentives. In the market economy, consumers are asked to satisfy the utility by buying products they want or need. This helps to answer the question of what goods and services to produce. Consumers tell firms what to produce by signaling them in the market what to make and what not to make based on their demand. Firms act to satisfy their profit motive by producing at minimal cost. This helps to answer the question how to produce goods and services. By seeking to maximize profits, firms will go through the production process and will seek to minimize costs with the least amount of waste. The invisible hand or the natural market forces will answer the question for whom goods and services are produced through supply and demand and price and quantity fluctuations. Consumers who can afford goods and services and get their hands on them are the ones who receive goods and services. Natural market fluctuation can cause changes in prices and quantity and therefore changes in who receives the goods and services overall while laissez-faire economy does dictate that the government should not involve itself in the economy, it does have one role served. Government seeks to protect property rights. By doing so, it can guarantee fair competition in the marketplace. Your property rights are guaranteed in the Constitution. Think about it. You have a right to do what you want to do with your property. That includes physical and intellectual property as well as your time and labor. No one tells you where to work. You decide for yourself what you will become in your career. And you are also able to protect your ideas through patents and copyrights. Our second economic system is the planned economy advocated by Karl Marx. The centrally planned economic system is where the market operates under the centralized planning of the government with all the decisions under government control. In most cases, a common economy will exist in a dictatorship where one central figure or a small committee will make all political and economic decisions for society. Here is how it works. The government owns and controls all resources in production. The government therefore decides social needs and as a result they would choose how to allocate scarce resources in order to optimize the general welfare of the citizens. Let's use some examples. In North Korea, Kim Jong-un makes all economic decisions. His priorities are to use North Korea's scarce resources to build up a military strength as a show of force on the world stage. Meanwhile, he has very little resources left for the basic needs of his people. So he is going to allocate scarce resources to make weapons and his people starve. How about Hunger Games? PNM is actually a centrally planned economy where President Snow makes all decisions for the society. Each of the district has a specialized product that they will produce. The product that product will be shipped to the capital, and the capital will determine what products will go where. As a retribution for rebellion, those who live in capital get to enjoy the luxuries of life, while most of those who live outside the capital struggle to survive. But hey, the odds be ever in your favor. This world map shows the distribution of the economic systems around the world. As you can see, more free market based economies are concentrated in more industrialized areas of the world, where whereas the command economies are concentrated in less developed countries that tend to have more political corruption. But there is an interesting fact. No economy is one is purely free market or purely centrally planned. So why is that? Regardless of what people believe about this economic system, there is one inevitability. Both of these systems will fail. So how do these systems fail? The first type of market failure is what we call productive inefficiency. Productive inefficiencies occur when markets waste scarce resources by producing products and services at higher than necessary costs. We could see an example of this today in Indian healthcare industry. Healthcare fees are rising at astronomical rate, but it has nothing to do with demand. Instead, it has to do with high cost of production with health insurance controlled by a few large firms. Many resources are wasted due to the fact of lack of competition. There is no real pressure to bring down costs because there is no one to compete with. And that is why an ambulance ride or a hospital bed is so expensive. As a result, your premiums are higher and healthcare costs are inflated. The second type of market failure is allocative inefficiencies. This is when a market fails to produce what the society needs or wants the most or doesn't produce enough of it. Think about it. In any free market system, how would it be profitable for firms to provide vaccinations or military goods, police services or fire department or even education? There isn't a lot of profit to be made in any of these services, and as a result, no firms will take the risk of providing them in the marketplace. But yet, these goods and services are needed by the society. If left to the free market, the citizens would go without these goods and services and not have the basic needs and wants met. There has to be a solution. So, is the mixed economic system, advocated by economist John Maynard Keynes. The mixed economic system is where the free market, also known as the private sector, and the government, also known as the public sector, work together in order to meet the social needs. If the private sector was the house of Tigran and the public sector was the house of Stark, then the mixed economy would be John Snow. Here is how it works. Through free enterprise, consumers and firms mutually benefit in the market. The free market system works as is, but the moment the market fails some way, government intervenes in order to fix the failure. For example, in countries needs to go to war, there is no military to defend the citizenry because no firms have provided that military. Government will step in and produce the military needed. Ideally, the firms and government work together towards the goal of the socio-economic growth and satisfaction of the citizens' need. The Indian economy, since the independence, has been mixed economy, and so is in many other independent democratic countries. The mixed economic system is by far the most common economic system around the world. Macroeconomics is the study of mixed economics. So, this is the economic system we will focus most in this course. This video would have not been possible without the reference and credits which I am going to mention. I have taken extensive help of the of a principal book, Principle of Economics by N. Gregory Mankiw from Cengage Learning, P.L. Mehta, Managerial Economics from Sultan Chand and Sons, New Delhi, and then the concise encyclopedia of economics, and also these videos which you have seen and loved are from the YouTube channel You Will Love Economics. The link of the same is given here. This video content is created only for the purpose of teaching. The author and the creator of the video content do not claim any copyright or any other such proprietary claims on the content, including videos, audios, and text. A sincere attempt has been made to list and credit all references used for the organization and development of the content. Creator of the content do not take any responsibility for any oversight or omission in the list.